Have you ever felt that your greatest gift is also your heaviest burden? That the brightest part of you, the part that loves to give, to help, to save, is the very thing that leaves you feeling drained, damaged, and deeply alone? We are taught that to be a light in the darkness is the noblest calling. But no one ever warns you what happens when the darkness begins to hunt the light. This is the parable of a man who learned that difficult truth. On a remote island, carved from ancient stone, lived a keeper. He was a man of simple purpose. His heart was a lantern, and his duty was to shine. Every night, he would climb the winding stairs of his lighthouse, and his magnificent light would set the horizon ablaze, a singular, brilliant beam of hope for any ship lost in the storm. He found deep joy in this, to guide the lost, to offer a path, to be a steadfast beacon in a chaotic world. His island was his soul, and the light was his love for humanity, offered freely and without question. For a time, it was beautiful. Grateful ships would pass, their horns sounding in salute. He saved many, and his island flourished in the quiet satisfaction of a purpose fulfilled. But then, they started to appear. They were different from the others. They were not merely lost, they were broken. Ghost ships, drawn from the deepest, darkest waters. Vessels with tattered sails, cracked hulls, and no one at the helm. They did not navigate towards his light for guidance. They were drawn to its intensity, its power, like moths to a consuming flame. And one by one, they would crash upon his shores. At first, the keeper's heart broke for them. He would rush down to the wreckage, trying to salvage what he could, trying to fix the irreparable. He gave his time, his energy, his very essence to these broken vessels. But for every ship he tried to save, two more would appear, drawn by the same desperate, consuming energy. His pristine shores became a graveyard of splintered wood and rusted metal. The constant impact of the ghost ships began to erode the very rock of his island. The keeper grew exhausted. His light, once a symbol of hope, now felt like a curse, a magnet for a pain he could not heal. He was lonelier than ever, surrounded by the wreckage of those he had tried to save. In his despair, he faced a terrible dilemma. To stop shining would be to betray his very nature, but to continue shining with such intensity would mean the complete destruction of his own island. One stormy night, as another ghost ship sailed blindly towards its doom upon his shores, he did something he had never done before, something that felt like a betrayal. He reached for the great lever that controlled the beam, and he dimmed his light. Not off, just softer. Softer than he ever thought possible. The ghost ship, which had been fixated on the blinding glare, suddenly seemed to flinch in the softer glow. For the first time, it was not being guided by an overwhelming external force. In the gentler light, a faint flicker could be seen from within the ghost ship itself, its own compass, its own lantern, long ignored. The ship hesitated, and then, slowly, corrected its course, passing the island by, finding its own way through the darkness. The keeper watched, breathless, and he understood. His brilliant, powerful light was not just a guide, it was a blindfold. It was so intense that it prevented some ships from ever discovering the light they carried within themselves. He learned that some ships are not looking for a harbor. They are looking for a coast to crash upon. And you do not save them by offering them your shores. From that day on, the keeper became a master of his own light. He learned to shine with blazing intensity for the ships that truly needed a path. but he also learned the profound wisdom of shining softly for the ones who needed to find their own. His island began to heal. The wreckage was slowly washed away by the tides, and the keeper was no longer a frantic rescuer, but a calm, wise guardian. For the empaths, the givers, the fixers, this is a story for you. Your heart is a lighthouse, but its purpose is not to be a destination for every broken vessel in the sea. Sometimes the greatest act of love for others is to give them the space to find themselves. And sometimes the greatest act of love for yourself is to shine a little less brightly, to stop being a beacon for the entire world, and find peace in the quiet, steady glow of a light that is no longer a rescue mission, but a home.